Good morning everybody on this lovely Saturday morning. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are doing a 2 hours workout of Build Me Up training plan called Bricolage. It does have everything. It has some FTP session for 10 minutes, some zone 2, some zone 3 and punches, some zone 6. So yeah, and we will finish with 10-minute FTP session. I think it's 10 minutes in the end, right? So yeah, 10 minutes at FTP. That will be interesting one. Let's select this one. This is the third workout of week 8. Technically the last workout. I'm just searching for something without much. Okay, no. Yeah, what the hell. Let's spend 2 hours on the volcano, right? It will be quite boring, but anyhow, it's 2 hours. No. Volcano flat. Rather. Okay, so. Bricolage. It's a tough one. Not because the 1 hour load of TSS is high, because it's 65, 70, so I can handle that, but because we have to do that for 2 hours, right? So here we go. Let's start with the warm-up. Okay. Let's see. So yesterday I've had quite a dropout in frame rates, in frames. And some strange noises from the broken bottom bracket. So yesterday I had a couple of dropouts. I restarted the router, I restarted the machine. I've checked the net speed, the latency. Seems quite alright. We will see how it will perform today. Left knee is acting up today. I don't know why. But nonetheless, it's just that. Sometimes it stinks, a little bit. I stand up in the saddle. Thank you. How I do? I think my bottom bracket is failing. Bad news, never mind that. I'm not doing the workout. And I really have to order the bottom bracket now. I'm hearing these noises for 3 months or something. So, yeah. That should be a long one. This has couple of changes to make things interesting, you know. So I guess it will be not boring, especially not with 10 minutes FTP, 10 minutes of FTP at the end. And schedule for today. No. So, yeah, what about my FTP? I've checked the forum of the Build Me Up training plan, the coach's site, GC coaching site, and Shane, the coach behind the training plan, advised to somebody, I can't figure the name, advised to somebody that if he feels the training is somewhat easy, not easy but somewhat easy, that he should raise the FTP settings by 5 to 10 watts. So that's what I did. During hang time on Tuesday probably, I felt that it's not really there. I mean, I felt the load, but it's a little bit off the scale. Let's talk about that. And I increased my FTP for yesterday's everything, right? So I've increased my FTP by 10 watts. Okay. For yesterday's intermittent workout, 6 beginner FTP training, the load was there again. I wouldn't say spot on, but it was definitely somewhere around the expected range of suffering. So I kept my FTP. I raised from 300 watts to 310. It's a 3.3% increase. We will see today. how the Build Me Up your workout will feel 2 times 10 minutes at FTP with increased FTP. That will be fun for sure. Okay, warm-up is almost done. Maybe within 2 minutes. We will have primers next. 3 times 30 seconds each, with increasing load, effort level. First one starting off at 95%, I think 105 and 115. So that will be fun. 2 minutes of rest, then we are hitting off the 10 minutes FTP. 104 times 1 minute in the second block. It's that 100 RPM. is still running a little bit, so I'm getting better actually. And of course I had some breakfast beforehand, like 200 and something calories. I have 3 bananas, 2 carbohydrate bars, and 2 liters of water. That should be to the trick. I will I will spend around 800 calories per hour. I should eat frequently. The 2 carbohydrate bars contain 300. That's good for 1 hour. Not 1 hour, but with the banana it's 1 hour. So we will see. I will need time to eat it. It's a thick one. You can't eat the thick carbohydrate bars in 2 minutes or so. So first primer is coming up. Staying with the cadence. Yeah, it's not that hard. Good morning, chores. Can't really make it past that emoji by stuff. So second primer is coming up. 105 RPM, 105% of FTP. Faster. Okay. After the last one, we will have a 2-minute break. Hoop hoop. Do not hoop hoop hoop. Here we go. Actually it's half-minute break, then 2 minutes. So, yeah. Camera check is good. It's quite nice to have it. Today my Garmin and my HRV readings are matching. Yesterday it was like HRV is off the scale slightly, sympathetic nervous system. And Garmin still told me that I'm okay. Of course, the HRV yesterday was just slightly off, so. So, 10 minutes FTP, at increased FTP. It got my heart rate somewhere around 155 by the end of this effort. Nose a little bit. I'm not spinning slower because that's my comfortable cadence now, so yeah. Or what feels comfortable. Okay, now let's see, let's get to it. Let's get this long workout started. We started this 50 minutes ago, for Pete's sake. So I got my heart rate. Yeah, it will be 155. My maximum is 182. So it will be high enough. 1 minute already passed. I'm doing just that. It is already matching the effort. Only 8 more minutes, right? In, 7 to go. So far so good. Unmuted FTP isn't about comfort. Let's go into that volcano. It's already hot, so let's match the environment with the feeling, shall we? Halfway, and my heart rate is just in the spot where I expected it to be. Let's go back to downtown. In the meantime, we're 20 minutes into the workout. Only 100 minutes left. 4 more minutes. Gigabyte. 'As it is climbing up to the final part of the FTP. And 80 seconds left. Not much, right? Go and switch. Two more minutes. And we are in the clear for a short rest. Anyway. Easy peasy from here, right? One more minute. And good to go. Thank you. This is still done. Thank you. Okay. That was actually the edge, the final minute. Thanks. Just started to build up lactic acid stuff, so it was just enough. And now, next up, some easy-ish effort, but with a spin, quite literally. It's 4 times 1 minute, have to be done with 100 RPM. Not an issue, right? Already comfortable in that range, so shouldn't be a problem. The gun says I already used up 340 calories. Rest phase there, got 11 minutes. Okay, I should start to eat because I will have no time to eat during the next phase. I mean, after the next phase, at the end, we will have high intensity. Thank goodness it's still done. This is a tough one. It will be around 130-140 TSS. For the 2 hours, I mean. So that was around 150 calories, 150, still low, 1/3 of the user calories, but starting off with this, then in the next rest phase, we start off with the carbohydrate bars. It's another 200, by then I will be around 600 calories used up energy, 650, probably at least 700, but I added up that. And I will have the total consumed calories for 500 maximum, 450 including my breakfast. So yeah, it will be enough for the calories, but after that part, at 5 times 1 minute, then it's 120% FTP. It will hit me like a train. And I think I have to consume some calories during 15 minutes with 200 watts. So yeah. It's good to feel the power in my legs. Yesterday evening I was so tired I almost fell asleep eating the dinner. Yesterday was a long day. At work, at home, and everywhere. Today I have this. Then I'm with the kids for the whole day. So 2 workouts today. 1 2 hours workout on the bike and 1 8 hours workout with the kids. Okay, let's go for it. Actually, I'm keeping the same cadence. So it's not that hard. Cadence was already up. 1 minute here, 1 minute there, at 70 RPM. By manipulating the cadence, you can feel the shift from the aerobic system to the muscles and back. And I am an advocate for hobby cyclists to skip the cadence training until you get used to cycling. But actually my use is shifting. I'm not sitting up to the bandwagon of 92 is the golden cadence. You still have to calculate your muscle structure, let's say. Okay, let's slowly decrease it. If I'm not listening actively, I can't decrease my cadence. It feels very slow. Actually like hitting a wall of brick. One break. In the meantime, quick search back. You will have it. Here we go. It's easy, but actually it's taxing my mind. I think my control over my neuromuscular stuff, because I have to actively listen and control it. As you can see, it's not that easy. I mean, for a pro probably, but for me as an amateur, yeah, it's a challenge to keep it under control. I'm trying to refocus on that cadence, bring it down. Okay, here we go. It's that slow. Density factor is slowly decreasing. In the meantime, you can tell that if I have time to speak, then I have enough oxygen, right? RPM. Here we go. Actually, it's not that hard part of the workout. TSS. This is quite a bit more than 1 TSS per minute, but not that much. Back down again. So one more effort left, then 2 minutes at the same effort, then 6 times 3 minutes. 90 RPM. 77% FTP, but that's not the load actually. The load will be the phase in between, because it will be 20 seconds, 110 RPM, 120% FTP. So we will be punching out every 3 minutes for 20 seconds. The 3 minutes will be the rest phases. Not rest phases, but recovery phase. Last one, fast feet, eh? You go with fast feet, or here you go with my fast feet. Easy on my heart rate, generally it's easy on my system, this effort. And the last slow cadence part. The 2 minutes will be comfortable 90 RPM. Probably higher if I spin self-selected cadence, it will be higher than 90. Okay, I'll bring it up to 90 at least. Here we go, 2 minutes, right? Surge and recover. Fun starts here. We're actually kicking it off with a recovery interval. And then surging for 20 seconds. Actually, this blue and green block will be repeated in the next one, but it will be higher surges, longer surges, and lower intervals of rest. And actually shorter rest phases. So We are doing 3 minutes of recovery and 20 seconds of surge now. In the next phase we will be doing 1 minute of surges and only 2 minutes of recovery. But the recovery we will have, for the recovery I will have a lower effort. But yeah, still that concerns me a bit. Shouldn't be a problem to do 1 minute at 370 watts or 120% FTP. The issue is the recovery phase. I highly doubt that Shane will give me enough recovery. He will give me just enough recovery. But we will see, right? So here comes the first 3 minutes. Zone 3 for 3 minutes and 20 seconds at zone 5. We do that 6 times. That's the smiley mate. And let's assure that I'll be happy by the end. Alright? But yeah, it's what it is. I'm not here for bitching, I'm here for training. So, shut up, lace up, and hand up, cup, yeah? Halfway in the first recovery phase. As you can see, my recovery phase, I already pushed my heart rate up to the middle of my aerob zone. I have to do 6 times the surges from here. I mean, if anything, that replicates landing in a group. Yeah? Actually, riding in the first half of the group, you have the easy pace, not too easy, and then when it's your turn at the front, you do the surge, then you go back to the chain. So half minute and first surge. 20 seconds. Here, my trainer, now first generation, should adjust the thank you, Tibor. I do hope I'm not joking. But yeah, I will have my problems. Here we go, 110 RPM. So we need 7 seconds to adjust the resistance. First, second, probably the third one is not an issue. After that, it's getting there. The trick of this workout that for the heavy intervals, you feel that they are somewhat easy to start with. The second and third one, you're starting to feel that it's not that easy. At the end of it, you're really craving for that 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Heart rate is dropping nicely. Should reset my breathing instead of talking. And then what's the point of live streaming on Twitch, yeah? Okay, calm down. So, 1 minute left, and then the second surge is coming up. As you can see, my heart rate is 2 to 4 beats elevated compared to the first recovery. I think the trend will slowly continue. With the last one, I expect my heart rate around 148 by the end of the last recovery phase. Let's switch camera, just for the sake of it, right? And I should do one break while you're at it. Thank you, MU. Only 4 to go. My legs are feeling it actually. Just a light touch on my legs. But definitely feeling it. So now the feeling that it's easy is going away. Whew, out of the window. Minutes into this recovery. My heart rate, 1 minute into the recovery, my heart rate is just starting to come down. Focus on my breathing. Thank you, Anderson. Roughly 50 minutes into the workout. Time flies when you have fun, right? Heart rate is down, third surge is coming up. After that we're halfway into this interval. Legs are okay. As it hurts, not hurting. I mean, surge number 3. Start to spin this gear up. Big. Thank you, Run Rider. Thank you, Peter. Okay, keep it down. So halfway. That's 10 minutes left. Yeah, 10 minutes. 3 times 3 minutes of recovery, 3 times 20 seconds of effort. The point when you realize that 3 minutes and 20 seconds adds up to 20 minutes in the end. My heart rate is keeping up after 1 minute and then starts to drop. So now I need 1.5 minutes to realize some drop in my heart rate, and I started as half minute, but that's the trick, the whole interval of this. Okay, 30 seconds left. Then the fourth effort is coming up. Mi az ASMF? Nem jövök rá, mi ez az ASMR? Okay. Two more to go. Megnézem, egyelőre nem jövök rá az ASMR jelentésére. Let's give me a bum break. Two more effort left. And as I thought, do let's do very fieldy load. One minute and my heart rate is still up. Of course, if I focus more on the recovery and less on the comments, then probably it will be lower, but hey. Okay. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Gabor. So, fifth effort is coming up. After that, only 3.5 minutes. And we're off to a proper rest for 2 whole minutes. Not sure how it when your coach understands you. I mean, Shane is not my coach, because it's not tailored to me. But yeah, at the moment, Shane is the one giving me the instructions, so work. Feel like I'm in Warcraft, hitting peons to collect roots. Work. Good old nerd days. Okay. Thank you very much. Staying with it. Can't do anything else, right? It's funny how 2 years of progress is hitting you in the nose. 2 years ago, I couldn't kick 240 watts for an FTP test. Now, it's actually my recovery effort. Progress, right? It's a slow one. It's not coming from day to day, but in months, years, you have to calculate your progress. On a daily basis, you're just tiring yourself out. On a weekly basis, you're trying to recover. On a monthly basis, you should be getting stronger and stronger, step by step. When I had my test Satori trainer, I took my FTP 300. And I bought the Smart Go, the Vico Smart Go. And I realized that my FTP is lower than 260. And I bought the Tacx Flux. And I realized my FTP is 240. That was a kick in the groin. Okay, last effort. Let's spin this. The toughest interval, I guess, will be the 10-minute FTP at the end. Not this one. But whatever you say, boss, let's consume some calories, shall we? 1 liter is almost done. Find the boundary. Halfway to the whole workout. Going well. That's a big jump now. That's a pretty thick carbohydrate bar. I have to chew it for a long time. Oops. I need that oxygen. I know. Nem fogtok bealudni. I csak lassan tudtam ezt a vackot megenni. I couldn't do it faster. Sorry for silence, but it's still all over my mouth. I start off with 100, already there. So, yeah, last feet again. 4 times 1 minute. 8 minutes overall. Alternating between 100 RPM and 70. So, about this season coming up, at least on the northern hemisphere, right? I have my plans laid out. Thank you, Mr. Carini. It's nothing too serious. I mean, we're not going into qualification races and national championships and things like this. I will keep it on a very amateur level. And I'm going for, actually I planned 3 events for this year, but probably it will be 4. The first one coming up in the middle of May. It's called Tour de Tissa Tow, Tour de Tissa Lake, Tour de Lake Tissa, I don't know, which is a 65 kilometer tour event. It's a family event actually, and almost totally flat. Actually, it's totally flat. The highest climb is up to a bridge or something, but it's punchy. I already did that 4 or 5 times, and probably this year, this is my strongest year so far regarding the winter preparations, so I'm looking forward to it. It's all craziness. I mean, it's all crazy because you start with the front for this 65 kilometers of event, then it could be very fast. I mean, it's relative, but for an amateur event it is. But this year we're actually planning to be, we're trying to stay in the second or third group. So far we managed 4th group 2 years ago, but yeah, we haven't had the reserve to stay with them till the end. So this is the first one, middle of May. Tour de Tissa Lake, Tour de Lake Tissa, 65 kilometer of road cycling. The next one will be 3 weeks later around Lake Balaton, which is a 200 kilometer event. It was a race earlier, but nowadays, to keep the fees down, it's not a race, it's on an event. So middle of May, the punchy 65 kilometer event. Then start of June, the long distance 200 kilometers event. Quite a change, yeah? Last year that was the one where I crashed my bike and I trashed my left knee, my left shoulder and my lovely psychology jersey. I should focus on RPM, never mind that. And so that's 2 so far. Middle of May, punchy short event. Start of June, a long distance 200 kilometers event. And then I think start of July or middle of July, Tour de Ring, which is a 105 kilometers criterium race, criterium-like road race on Hungaroring, the actual Formula 1 ring, Formula 1 asphalt. So I was a big Formula 1 fan for 15 years or so. Nowadays I'm not watching, but I'm really excited about it. The first time you'll be there. So that's the 3 already planned. And yeah, it's really similar. I mean, 65 kilometer event is all the craziness you can imagine. Pushing in zone 5, trying to catch up with the better in front of you. 200 kilometers event is way more relaxed. Still, it's 200 kilometers, so you have to have the reserves, stay with the group. The 105 is actually as punchy as the 65 kilometers, and the Hungaroring is not flat. I mean, in the TV, you think it's flat. Actually, it's not. I mean, it's not the mountain, of course, but still a Formula 1 asphalt. But you still have some climbing to do there. So that will be interesting, and it's somewhere in the middle. It's not long, like the 200 kilometer one. It's not as short as the 65, but the intensity will be there. So I will still have to check the times. What did they achieve last year? So that's a 3 plan. Different kind of events, testing waters, which one fits me better. The longest one, somewhere in the middle, or the highest intensity short one. I am a heavy guy, so I'm not planning on climbing up the mountains with the strongest guys. And I just checked this week the schedule of one of the organizers, and I saw that there is a 130 kilometers event around Lake Tisa, actually, I think. Yeah, probably. And just a bum break in the middle. And it's in 1st of September. So they have 2 more events which I'm probably interested in. At the start of September and the middle of September. So I will see if I can make one of these. It would be fun. So then if I do 130 kilometers event, then I will have a 65, 105, 130 and 200 kilometers event this year. And I'm not planning more. That's plenty already for me. It's like 1 for each month with good weather. I don't like to ride outside in bad weather at all, so okay. So 2 minutes of rest. The Garmin says it's 76 TSS already, intensity factor 0.80, and calories 970. So I ate some oatmeal, that was around 220, 1 banana, that makes it 320, let's say 350 probably, and I ate a carbohydrate, that makes it 500. So 50% of used up calories replaced, but still have 47 minutes to go. So during the 15 minutes you should eat more. Otherwise the glycogen stores take a serious hit. And with 5 times 1 minute, 120%, 10 minutes at FTP, yeah, already at risk. So, I want you to be really working here. Yeah, because otherwise I'm slacking right now. No, not entirely ready, but let's see. One minute, yeah? Trying to offload 800 RPM to aerobic system, but 120% is 120%. You can't cheat that. Okay. The structure is the same as the last one. Short load and longer recovery, but this time the short load is not 20 seconds but 1 minute. Recovery at 30 seconds at 3 minutes, 77%, but only 2 minutes. It's around 53% or something. Shorter recovery but lower effort. Same intensity for 3 times longer effort. That's where the fun starts, yeah? Again, the first 1 or 2, you feel that you can do it. You see your heart rate coming down, etc., etc. After the third one, it will be much more uncomfortable. Let's do a bump break. Okay. So, second effort coming up. I'm ready to hit it. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Let's speed this up. 1 minute, 120% of FTP. Go, go, go. Going. Okay. Actually, I appreciate these messages. And it's getting uncomfortable. So, bells and whistles. I'm not saying that my ear is ringing. I'm saying that that's what I do like. I'm a heavy guy. I used to do gym sessions for years, way back. Nothing left of it, but what I'm used to. It's heavy work, short period or moderate work, high moderate work, efforts for 5 to 10 minutes. That's what I was built for. And I did not change that much, so yeah, cadence is up, but otherwise still pushing out the numbers. But I realized in 2018 what I'm good at it on races is to bridge the short gaps. So let's say a roundabout coming up and the group is splitting, then I'm going to push for a couple of minutes to bridge that gap. Actually, I even said thank you last year. Then after these few minutes of push, I usually go back to the gruppetto and rest a bit. But otherwise, this zone fire like punches, what I'm good at on the road. I can't race with mountain goats, I can't race with sprinters. Okay, let's do that. Again, hoop, hoop, hoop. Here we go. With the motivational messages. Two more, right? That's where it starts to hurt. And 1100 calories. And 90 TSS. Nyomom, Roland. Nyomom. Köszi. So, 2 more effort. 2 more recovery. Then we are settling in for 444. We are settling in for 65% of FTP. For 15 minutes. And the bump break in the meantime. Okay. Thank you, let's go. Köszönöm. Second to last. The issue is that it's not the last one. Let's see. Fast feet. Heart rate is going up quickly. seconds. Then some rest again. Okay. Longer rest. Longer rest my ass. Don't believe him. It's not a rest. It's a recovery. But whatever under zone 4 counts as a rest phase for Shane, as it seems. So, last effort, yeah? And we are off to 15 minutes recovery. I say expected to be, I don't know, between 140 and 145 for the 15 minutes. But first, still have a 1 minute job to do, yeah? Let's see the last one. Actually, before the 15 minutes, we have a 2-minute break, but yeah, much needed. Let's go back to this camera for the last lap. Get ready to rock. 1 minute. Already spinning the gear. Now let's see. Get stronger now. Yeah, inside that. Thank you, Balázs. Halfway. Legs are burning, alright? I'm there. 90 minutes later, I'm done with the almost hardest part of today's workout. I still think that the last 10 minutes will be a killer for my legs, but otherwise I'm good. Az biztos jól fog esni, Roland, ez a 10 perc. Szerintem olyan 2 perc után lesz elegem belőle. De jó hír, ha odaérek, akkor csak 10 perc munka a 120-ból. Easy peasy. So yeah, the 10 minutes will not be comfortable. But after 8 weeks, igen, tudom, de az 5 perc az cooldown. Added extra. Az aktuális munkafázis már csak 10 perc lesz ott. Ez 5 perc az elrepül pillanatok alatt. So that, yeah, after this 15 minutes, we have 10 minutes of work, 5 minutes of cool down, but I usually plan only the work phase. It's easier to process in my mind. Yeah, I'm still counting this 5 minute cool down, but after a long workout, or at the end of the long workout, go you by. Just another 10 minutes at FTP. So, that 15 minutes is quite easy. Keeps my legs moving, keep the load of endurance zone 2 in my legs. So, one break, and I will eat a banana, drink some water, and preparing my mind for the 10 minutes. Today I feel that the fueling is spot on. I'm not hungry, I'm not feeling my stomach, so it's good. That feels good. Thank you, Paha. Feels like the best meal in the world. Okay, here we go. Last meal for this workout. My apologies. Thank you, Roland. So about calories. I used up around 1300 calories today so far, and I ate 500 and 650, so that's 50% replacing the fuel, replacing the used up calories. It's too low, I think, for a long event, for 2 hours workout, followed up by, let's go to the second breakfast. It's good enough. I would be better off for an event. I would be planning 60-65% of calories replaced. That would mean another carbohydrate bar. But for this at home, I'll be for breakfast with the family. 50% is good, I think. A nutritionist probably say otherwise, but yeah, for me it feels good. Another one break. The issue with the lower foot, longer intervals, that your bum got bored. Simple as that. Okay. Now my left knee is starting to act up. Not like that. Come on, keep it together. It's 24 minutes. I'm not quoting Jens Voigt here. With shut up legs, but yeah, shut up. Do your work. I have to rest my knee during the day, but it will be a challenge. Because I'm alone with the two kids today. So it will be anything but just like experience. Okay, 105 TSS. We still have plenty of work left. Well, not plenty, but one longest effort at FTP. Gosh, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know which one is shorter. 10 minutes at FTP or 600 seconds at FTP. What sounds ridiculously long after 1 hour 45 minutes. He's a Hungarian fella. Gosh. Let's see. Let's give him a ride on. Hello, Hungarian. So 6 more minutes of fun. 10 minutes of grinding. Majority is already soaking wet. Back to the event. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of race distance is good for me. I'm without personal coach at the moment. Not at the moment. I'm without personal coach, period. And I've decided that this year I'm doing only cycling. Occasionally I will run, but not mixing up much, so it will be, I don't know, 90%, 95% of riding my bike, indoor, outdoor, and a couple of runs outdoor, yeah, it will happen, and indoor. I'm still aiming for events around 3 or plus, so That's what I think fits me. However, this year, with all distances from 65 to 200 kilometers, I can narrow it down probably. I think 200 is a tad bit long for me because of my bigger build, except if I start hiding in the peloton all the time. 65 is a bit short because I can't keep up the high work for 2 hours, 1 hour 40 or something. So it's probably somewhere in the middle. 100 kilometers, 120, 3-4 hours, 2.5, 3.5 hours. Some rolling landscape. But it's not about the ideal environment, right? It's about preparing for the environment. So we will see. 4 more minutes. Some pump break. Actually, this week it occurred to me to start preparing long distance triathlon again, but not this time of the year. And I will see, because I really enjoy. Thank you, let's go. So I really enjoy the live streaming, I really enjoy. Hi, good morning. Which are we going? Good morning. So I really enjoy the live streaming, I really enjoy cycling indoor at Zwift. Of course I enjoy outdoor cycling. I'm not so sure that actually if I have a treadmill, I can live stream the running as well. Now, try to think about that. If I start to prepare for 2020 in triathlons, let's say 1 or 2 or 3 half Ironman distance in Hungary, then I should have a treadmill at home, and I should live stream the running as well. That would be fun, right? The actual plans for this year to build a paint cave above the garage for next winter, so I can buy and use a treadmill without waking up family. So it will be a more complex experience, but it's a good idea actually. So yeah, let's focus on this year right now and the next 10 minutes. But I will keep that in mind to live stream both cycling and running and prepare for a triathlon. The bad news is I cannot live stream the swimming. I'm not really a fan of the swim. Earlier I did some triathlon races. They always prepared for the swim, like, okay, just get done with it, get over with it, and that get on the bike. I don't like swimming, so I'm doing just enough work to get it done. And then getting on the bike, running, it's much more compelling to me. One minute. Okay, it's time to clean that nose for good. Let's see. Last 10 minutes. One break before we start. Okay. Now let's make it count. 10 minutes FTP to close the day. Just as easy as the first one. Yeah, sure. Trying to pace myself. Okay. Heart rate is already up. Trying to exhale as much CO2 as I can. 1 minute in, 1 minute in, time to go. I think I have my rhythm. It's in. Only 480 milliseconds left. Getting there. Three minutes in, 7 to go. 1/3 is almost done. The good thing is, I expected it, that it would hurt. Just keep spinning. Just keep spinning. Thank you. Mr. Varga. Okay, it's getting quite uncomfortable. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Janos. And we're halfway. Only 5 minutes left. Easy peasy. Almost at level 32. I think I will reach the next level at the end of this effort. And 40 seconds left. Igen, Roland. Megjött a pulzus, és hogy örülök neki. Three minutes. Almost. Nem csinálunk még egy órát. I could use a rest. Like for real. Two more minutes. Piece of cake. 120 seconds left. Seconds. And we're going into the last minute. Finally. Seconds. I get that. FTP will thank me, but my legs surely will not. Okay, that was it, guys and girls. Bricolage workout, 2 hours. Let me start, few stuff, maybe 10 minutes FTP. After that, it's not really tough. The 2 blocks of blue, even with the red included, it's not that tough. It's slowly eating away your legs, but not tough. But last 10 minutes, yeah, that's tough. So, after 1 hour 56 minutes, I did 133 TSS, 0.83 intensity factor, so it's an intensive one. Average heart rate 142. Please keep in mind that my maximum heart rate is 182. And it burned 1600, like 1600 calories. So I'm doing in a deficit now. I fueled for 1/3 of that, like 600, 650. So I need some. Two more minutes. Heart rate is already down. That was a nice one. So, Bricolage workout. Yeah, it's a tough bugger. You don't usually realize, but first of all, it's a long one. That's what you easily understand. 2 hours. I don't adjust muka. Szia, édesem!
Egy szállal Cici kitaláltam arccal közepén.
Igen. Még egy perc is végzek, jó édesem?
Igen, akkor ezt mondom nekem a szájban.
Lent majd felfolyom, mert meg tudja eltölteni. Sziasztok! So the first thing you realize that it's 2 hours, yeah? The second is that you have blues in it, zone 2, which should mean it's easy, but by the end of the 2 hour, you have a 10-minute FTP again. So by the end of the 10 minutes, then your legs are gone, literally. Thank you, Géza. Én kapcsoltam ki. So, this is the last gate. So let's see, what do we have here? We did 127 TSS according to Zwift, and it's 5.4 slices of pizza. Here we go. Let's see the timeline for this workout. And I need a pizza screenshot. So as you can see, the first 10 minutes of FTP is quite easily done, and the 2 blocks here is not really an issue. The issue here is the last one, last 10 minutes of FTP. Everyone's already tired, so if you're then doing this workout, be sure that you are well rested and prepared for some suffering in the end. With that, thank you for joining in, and thank you for the company. See you tomorrow.